but I can honestly say that no matter how difficult things got, even though I didn't think it at the time, what I did was the right thing to do for me. So basically, I had a few major turning points in my life. I was about your age. I had been putting myself through school. Living on the street can have a number of different terms or another range of ideas. Most people, when they say living on the street, they are under bridges, they are in clothing bins, and that is part of what I called living on the street. As a 13-year-old, I did a lot of what I call couch surfing. Now, couch surfing to me was living in other people's houses, garages, wherever I could. I valued education, even though I had nowhere to live. I basically went and got a job at that age, and I was working night times in a restaurant, cleaning dishes, busting tables, whatever I could to actually generate enough money to be able to eat. At the same time, trying to do assignments, trying to pass at least my junior certificate. So I do have to say I actually left school in year 11, and that's not the message I want to give you today. But certainly for a good couple of years there, I was dealing with a lot of stuff that an average person shouldn't ever have to deal with. And as you would know, at this time in your life, it can be quite daunting thinking about what do you want to do in the future. You possibly don't know. You might have a couple of ideas. Did I want to be a principal? No way. I'm sure you've got a lovely principal here. I didn't think mine was at the time. Is she in the room? Was she in the room? Excellent. That's great. Growing up in the 80s, I'm 33 now, and growing up in the 80s was a very different education style. Home life was very different. We were quite, I think, ignorant to the fact of what child abuse was. Now, you could go to school with welts all over you and no one would even pose a question. I don't think that would happen today. But unfortunately, we still don't educate our kids enough. And I was at a ceremony for some accredited trainers for youth opportunities. I think they might even come here. And we were talking about giving people, the kids of today, teenagers of today, and you know, the future leaders of our country, the tools to actually stand up and have a choice. And the one thing that I can share with you today, and it's probably the most important thing that I believe you could ever hear, is the power of choice. All right? You can overcome how you're feeling and stand up and say this is wrong, or you know, this is right, whatever you want to do. You have a voice for a reason. So don't be afraid to use it if something is going on that shouldn't be going on. At that particular time, I didn't have a voice, or I didn't believe I did. And it's very difficult to overcome anxiety and pain that you're going through, especially when it's embarrassing. My school didn't even know I was living on the street or couch surfing. Nobody knew. And yet I was doing legal studies, I was doing economics, your standard maths and English. And I was getting home at about 2 or 3 in the morning. And as I usually did, I was doing my assignments the night before with no preparation. I was still passing. I look back and I think to myself, imagine if I actually spent the good couple of months that I had to do them on them. What could I have achieved? The reason why I'm here today is I would hate to think that in today's age that you have to wait till you're 33 or 30 or 25 to start having control over your lives, to start having an opinion on where you want to go, because it is your life. You do have that choice.